Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Djuma Game Reserve and a really lovely, cloudy, calm morning. We still have this little bit of cloud and it's spitting a little bit. We might get a few drops of water on the lens. We're going to see how it goes in terms of weather. But for now we're out and we're already on Gallagher Shortcut. We're heading up to the cut line. Naturally, we want to go and see what's happened with Karula and the cubs and that kill of theirs. We only got to spend a bit of time there yesterday. My name is Mark. Seb's in final control and Alex is on camera this morning. Giving us each a bit of a break. So let's go and see what we can find for you. Not a breath of wind. Very, very calm. Gorgeous bird song. It'd be a lot more bird song if it was sunny. A lot of hyena tracks up and down this road last night. Must have been active. Something must have happened up here in the north that had the hyenas up and down. Morning station's getting mobile.
Morning, Mark. Just leaving the lodge now. We'll take over on the north.
Okay, thanks, Henry. Yeah, I'm on Gallagher Shortcut up on the opposite cut line now. I'm also going to check out that English.
That's what we think, yeah. Henry again. Progress. How's it going? Did you gather this morning? Not yet before. I think they might be still down and the hustle. Okay, I'm just going to swing past it, Singboans, and then I'll cut north quickly and have a look.
There's a lot of buffalo here, but it looks like a lion track. Yeah, lion track here with this. Let me just have a look around. Excuse me a sec. Actually, it's a bit of a weird angle, but excuse me a moment. Just done Gallagher Shortcut. There's one set of lion tracks running into here. So we'll go down the fire break and have a look a little bit more on the way to see if the leopards are there. Quite exciting. buffalo being chased by a lion. Keep our eyes open. What's that text? So, still in Canada. Thanks for your email. So, trying to establish the buffalo tracks. Look too fresh. Saul's asking about Twitter. I'm going to have to refer that to Tara. So I don't know much about Twitter. Posting the the t-shirt thing on Twitter and then suggesting to people put the link to the t-shirts on their own page. I have to say I'm very impressed. There's some amazing offers for these t-shirts. I thought, hang on, just a young male is there. I thought maybe $5–10. I had no idea that somebody would get to $200 for a t-shirt. But that is pretty amazing. Daker running across the road. Evidently, young Shivambalana is there at the kill. Leopard. Okay, we're going to have to go and look for the lions in a bit. just giving me information about the t-shirts. We'll have to give you an update this afternoon. Actually $500 for one of the t-shirts. Wow. Okay. Don't know what to say. $500. Wow. Okay, we'll go through all of that later today. I'll bring the t-shirts this afternoon. I can show them to you again. So let's see who's here. Which station of England? May I join you?
Oh, no problem, Mark.
Thank you, Graham. In Minnesota, morning to you. We're going to go into leopard sighting now. I'm not going to do too much talking. It's a pretty close sighting with other vehicles. Don't want to disturb other guests, but we'll see where we get to in it. But asking about Alex, I don't know how Alex will feel about that, but we'll get back to that after this leopard. Oh, I see, the other side in the tree probably. You can just see the leopard through the gap here. We can't get any closer right now. We might be able to get... Can you see him through there? But, two vehicles on the road already. We're not going to get... We might, if we go down here, but then we might be too low. So for now, that's about the best we can do. The killer's moved. Maybe the hyenas took it. So far as I know, there's just him. I think it's him. Maybe we can get around when Graham moves. Go around that side.
No.
Hmm?
No move.
Not just yet, I'll wait till he's gone. See what Henry's going to do. It would be nicer to be this side, just to the direction that that leopard's lying. There's a road, Graham, you have to do.
Pulling out of the easing, we're leaving it with the Y now on lock.
Okay, let's see if we can get closer. Something just flew into the grasses next to him. I'm going to stalk it now. Franklin. You're too slow, little boy. Or little girl. Not too sure which one it was. It was one of them. Franklin just landed in the grass and he went for it. Where's you hiding? Great angle, Alex. Two leopards here. She must have been down in the dip all along. Shavinzi was the one. Karula's just come out. There's a nice big yawn. Shavinzi is making her way to see Mom. Hi, Moira. Should be. I'll come down to the lodge.
No support with that.
There is actually still a bit of meat in that Timbuti tree that she's looking at. Let's go back around down there, Alex. She's going to climb, I think.
Say again?
I'm going to go back down there.
Okay.
Just wait till she goes up. I think I'm not going to see her anyway.
Go back a bit.
Sit down.
Those muscles already. It's such a young cat. There's like a little fragment of impala up there. Whoa! Are you recording? It looks like it's the rest of the fetus up there. Okay, we need to go to that. A very awkward spot to be in. That is becoming the classic Shavinzi pose now. Don't play with it, girl, you'll drop it. I think so, yeah. The remains of the fetus. Morning, Gilly. I actually probably need to go back just a little bit. A few branches in the way. Life expectancy of a leopard, Gilly. Well, we know some of these leopards to get up to 17 odd years, 18 years, some of these females here in the Sabi Sand, but those are extremes. I mean, a typical age for a female leopard would be 12, maybe 12 to 14 years, and a male leopard 10 to 12 years. Nicely wedged in there. But yeah, that looks like the... Nearly, well caught, girl, well caught. The remains of the unborn impala. No, she dropped it. Lucky there's no hyena here. It would have been snapped up so quickly.
Move.
Yeah. Let's just see where she's going to go with it though. Let's go forward so you can see her. Why don't have my camera in my hand? Very proud, carrying her kill away, carrying her trophy. Wow, okay. the way through, yeah. Denise, morning to you. Wanting to know how many more breeding years, how many more years would Karula still breed? Well, she's 7 now. 7.5. I'd say she's probably got about another, I don't know, 5 years. What is she watching, this little one? She's stalking something. It looks like it. No. She put her kill down, or her carcass down there. Time for rest. Llama.
That's on that top main road. Goes straight through the right and rest down the I put more than a large yeah, at the moment. Do you want to come up here? Nah, not too worried. Now play with the schluck before, but just
Hello Amber. Wanting to know if they've made any kills of their own yet, the cubs. I think she's lying down now where the carcass is now. We'll have to go and see if we can see Karula. She's settling in the grasses like that. Yeah. Amber, I'm sure they've made kills themselves already. I'm sure small things like birds, squirrels, maybe a scrub hare or two. I don't think they would have killed anything large yet. Who knows? way leopards work, they're pretty much an instinctive hunter, and from a very young age they chase things, grasshoppers, lizards, anything that moves gets their attention. Much the same as she went after that francolin a few minutes ago. See if we can see in here. Karula's somewhere in here still with the remains. There she is. Got it quite well tucked in there. Not going to see too much. You need to be up there to see her better. Or actually I need to reverse Alex into here. Let's try that. Somehow the hyenas, with all that hyena activity that we had on Gallagher shortcut, somehow they didn't come this way. Quite amazing, because if they'd come this way I'm sure they would have probably stolen it. What a pretty girl. Still quite a lot of that impala, and I don't know where little boy is. Now, we haven't seen any kills by the youngsters yet, but I'm sure we will soon. They are at that age, especially coming into summer now, and there are going to be a lot of little things running around. There's always a chance that they're going to be able to take something, and we'll witness their first kill. But it's not like there's just suddenly a day that they start. It's something that they grow up doing, so they're fully capable of doing so now, already at 10 months old. They probably rely on Karula a lot more than they need to. If something, God forbid, were to happen to her, there's a good chance that they'd make it based on just their instinct and their ability already. Wants to cover something. Could be stomach. I'm starting to get a bit of a whiff of it now myself. There's more stomach there where she is now, sniffing around. Trying to hide sight and smell of it. You see, she I think also trying to move that carcass to try and get it under cover. She's lucky in a way that she's got, well, that we've got this weather, in that there are not going to be too many birds flying, because if a battalier sees that, a battalier is going to land nearby, and that in itself is going to bring other vultures. Now that's not too bad, but it's pretty cool temperatures for other predators to be moving around, so there's always a possibility of vultures coming in and attracting the likes of hyena or lion that might be in the vicinity. That's a pretty girl. Be interesting to know who took that little bit of fetus up the tree. I'm thinking it was probably Shavinzi. Karula's scouting out a perhaps place to drag the carcass now, underneath this gardenia. Morning, Cindy. Interesting. Cindy's asking how many litters Karula's had. Well, this is her third litter, Cindy. She's been having a litter every 2 years since she was about 2.5. How many cubs on average in a lifetime? Gosh, I don't know. That's a difficult one. Just want to see where she's going to go before we move again. Come back here, girl. I mean, if you think about it, every 2 years or so that they can conceive and raise a litter. Oh, she's lying down. Alright, let's go around there again. Watch her lying down. Watch her cleaning herself. Maybe little boy will show his face. Shibambalana. He might be around. Well, he must be around here somewhere. A litter every 2 years, averaging 2 or 3 per litter. She'll have cubs up until maybe 10, 11, maybe 12, I don't know. How old was Safari when she had her last litter? There's a question for you. Anyone out there? Well, it seems the question at the moment from Gilly and some of you in the chat room is, well, first of all, why the hyenas didn't get it and how come it's not in the tree. Well, the only answer I can give you why the hyenas didn't get it is because they must have been busy with other things. They were so busy up on Gallagher Shortcut. Now, there were buffalo tracks and lion tracks up there, and could be the hyenas were so busy with something else they didn't come wandering this way. But that's the simplest and most, well, straightforward answer. They just didn't come this way last night. They didn't smell it. They didn't hear anything. And she was very lucky, but well, they were all very lucky that the hyena didn't come by. And the very fact that the hyena didn't come by kind of answers the next question. It was only really, as far as we've seen with Karula, as soon as if she's immediately threatened by hyena, will she, if she gets the chance, get to kill up a tree? She has had a kill stolen from her on numerous occasions for not taking it up a tree. Hard work being a hunter and a mother. Hello, pretty girl. Nice accepting glance there. It's quite incredible, actually, to think that sometimes those hyena do stick around with the leopard. We had one of the hyenas, as Tara was saying, babysitting the youngsters the other day. We only saw Shavinzi, but there was a hyena probably just waiting for Karula to come back and fetch the cubs and take them off to a kill, and the hyena was hoping to follow that. So it's quite amazing that they managed to lose the tail, for want of a better phrase. And the hyena obviously didn't tail them here. It's not unusual to have animals follow other animals. I've known hooded vultures to pretty much live with a pack of wild dogs up in East Africa and up in Timbavati, where the same vultures will just constantly follow the wild dog wherever they go, because there are always a little bits here and there that they'll drop. But the vultures will also eat the dogs dropping, as unsavory as that may seem. You get goshawks following honey badgers and mongoose. You get drongos following big mammals. You get, oh gosh, I know of a fly that follows ants and is an opportunist, knows that it can rob the ants of food. So if it can happen in something as basic as a fly and an ant, when it comes to larger, more calculating, thinking mammals, oh, she's going to be hunted. She's going to be going into such a low stalk. Nice catch, Alex. But get ready to a half-hearted attack at Mom. It's going to go down to feed, maybe. I've known cheetah to use rhino, to follow rhino, and use rhino as a bit of a shield to get to the impala easier. I've known cats to use Land Rovers, and then you have to change the Land Rover behavior to stop the cats from doing that. But Karula's very lucky. She might lose some of her kills, but she still manages to keep her children well fed and herself. In fact, they haven't really eaten that very much off of this carcass. Shivan's stalking her again. Gonna pounce on the tail, maybe. He's trying not to make a noise, but Karula's ears tiptoeing up to Mum. Going in for the kill. Your mother's gonna get cross with you if you sit on top of her like that. I never get my camera out when I need to. With the tail. Tail's only just calming down now, but it was thrashing from side to side a minute ago. Coming back for more. Just waits until Karula's finished. Oh, because Shivambalana's coming. She's gonna jump on her brother. And the whole family's together. Karula's heard something wandering around, and she's trying to concentrate, so now she doesn't want to play. She was concentrating on something. I wonder if there's a hyena coming. It wasn't that she didn't have any patience for him, it's just that at that moment that he wanted to give her some love, she wanted to listen up for something. Okay, turn your back on us. Question from Nebraska. Hello, Donna. Donna's asking if leopards cover up their dung like domestic cats, and whether they have latrines or middens. Not really to both of those questions, Donna. Most of the time, leopard will just go to the toilet and just carry on walking afterwards. It's part of their... See, none of them want to feed on that impala. It's like they're bored with it. They're not that full either. It's part of their advertising, where they are and where they've been, and not quite a territorial marking the way they spray their territory, but it does help leaving their dung exposed. And no, they don't have particular places like a latrine or a midden where they will go to the toilet over again. I'd say probably hyena is one of the largest of the carnivores that has a latrine near their den, or a latrine site, dung site.
Okay, I can see you then, thank you. Okay, no problem. Yeah, just follow this and then you go right up to the top, the junction to the next road before you'll pick them up easy. There's also a slow up this road. That's what I think, yes.
We're sitting downwind now. Starting to smell it. Hello, Robin in Maryland. Do the grown-up cubs stay in the area? Not really. I think the whole dynamic of what's happening here is a little bit different. It's a little bit skewed in terms of what's happening with the leopard population. But generally speaking, when leopard cubs... What's up, girl? I heard a crombeck behind me making an alarm call. She heard it too. Crombeck's a little bird that has a very distinct alarm call. Doesn't like the predators. Sphinx-like pose there, Karula. Wonderful. Okay, yeah, I'm still busy. Okay. Thanks, Joanne. Joanne just sending a lot of information. Thanks, Joanne. On Safari's Cubs 2008, 2009, and So Safari would have been, what, 15 then? Still having cubs, even though they didn't survive. But just getting back to the last question, as necessary for normally, under normal circumstances, well, what is normal in the bush? But ordinarily, when youngsters grow up, especially the young males, they will leave, and they will probably be pushed far and wide by existing males, their father as well as other males whose territories. What is she after now? Talking something again. Excuse the rope. Got the camera facing backwards now. Anyways, young males, let's just see what she's going to do. She's lining up with those back legs to do a leap. Like a runner setting their feet on the starting block. I can see something moving in the grass just ahead of her. Just to the right of her right ear. Something there. Could be a mouse? Francolin? Can you see it there, Ellie? Squirrel. Perhaps. Looked like a rodent's face. She's waiting for a chance. As we've seen with Karula, her daughters have settled on neighbouring territories.
Your Mkombe was on the northern side of the yeah, northern side of you just keep going up and pushing into the junction with the next road. You'll see them they'll be on your left. Thank you.
Unfortunately, to move now would be to change the situation, so we're just going to sit. We just have to view it from here. There's something moving in the grass just ahead of her. She's about to pounce. Probably waiting for whatever it is to be a little bit distracted. I think it's a squirrel. Joy, morning. Is it safe for Karula to be napping like that on the ground? Is she not worried about lions? Well, clearly not. One of the reasons why she lifted her head earlier when she heard that crombec calling behind us is because she's depending on birds and other animals around here that might give an alarm call if something like a lion or even another leopard or hyena came by. She will hear the footfalls of another animal. In fact, if Shavinzi now makes this pounce, Karula will probably jump up at the sound of it just because she can hear feet on grass. Come on, little girl, do it. Oh. And exactly as I predicted, Karula heard it wasn't even a commotion. I didn't even hear that, but Karula looked up and it's sort of, what was that? What's going on? Hello? So she didn't see her daughter stalking, so she's now curious as to what's making the noise, what's walking. Now she's concerned. But she's vigilant, and she's aware of her surroundings. And listen. As soon as there's a strange noise, she will.
You can just see the tail over there.
And Shivambalana also came up to have a look. Both of them, Karula and him, both having a look to see what the commotion was. Not that it was a commotion, but they heard an animal running through the grass, and both of them coming to have a look. And no doubt both of them missed the little bit of action that there was behind us. It's unusual. Karula doing the stalking, pouncing on her son. We are so lucky to be able to witness these kind of moments, I'm going to say tender moments, but I don't know how tender that is. There's tooth and claw, but they bat each other about, and they bite, but not very hard. Those ears flat. You gotta learn to keep your ears flat if you're in a fight. But having witnessed it with the hyena yesterday, Teddy and those two adults playing the way they were playing, and now to witness it with leopard. And they conveniently all found themselves behind bushes for us now. Where did she go? Oh, she's down there. I see that little tail twitching behind the bushes. Must be where she chased the squirrel to. She's gonna come out now and jump on her brother. Texan, come in. I texted you maybe pick up on Ngalam Konzo.
Yeah, Bugam Konzo heading east from Greener Road. But yeah, it cuts to back towards your down side. And Bugam another Konzo heading east along Mangarati boundary. The east, but yeah, it's at that then. Yeah, north.
Okay, copy. So nothing happened from that one on Gallagher shortcut? Gonna pounce again. I can just see the way the tail is moving. Yeah. Attack your mother. No, goes for the death grip. No, there's just, even in play, how she'll go for the throat with Karula. Obviously not giving too much of a bite. There, Karula biting her heels. When in doubt, clean. Okay, Shavinzi's going to go down and play with her brother, I think, and she's watching him. I think I'm going to turn around, Alex, so we can face that way now. There might be some playing down the bottom there. You can see Shavinzi aiming for a pounce on her brother. I saw in Canada all these brakes. Can't see Karula and Shavinzi too much, but we can watch him, and I think she's gonna pounce on him. In a playful mood. He's in a naughty mood. Syl, thanks, but I have to be honest. Syl's saying last litter of Safari 2005 or something. I don't know anything about Safari. I don't know much other than Karula. The prior history is a mystery to me. I've got to read up on that. So I can't really comment on your comments, Syl. She wants to play with something, she wants to kill something, she wants to... I don't know. I don't think she knows what she wants to do. Okay. Aiming for a game now. Stalking each other. Who's going to be the first to pounce? I'll just go a little forward for you, Alex. Morning, Sarah. How high do they like to have their kills, and do they only like fresh meat? There's no height preference, Sarah. As long as it's out of the reach of hyenas and lion. I've seen kills 6 feet up a tree. I've seen kills 26 feet up a tree. I don't think there's any preferred height at which they take their kills. And no, not necessarily fresh. I've seen leopard feeding on carcasses that are several days old, carcasses that are very smelly, whether it's their own in a tree or whether it's the remains of a lion kill. They are opportunists. And oops. She came rushing out and suddenly we were here. He's stalking your mother again. And then Karula's gonna jump on her son again.
They're slowly heading southwest. How far? How far? From brother's place.
I don't quite get the question, Seb. A high respiratory rate. Oh. I don't know how I could answer that. Hi, Julie. Do they have a high respiratory rate? They always seem to be breathing very hard, even while resting. I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know what their heart rate is. I don't know what their breathing rate is. I don't know how to answer that one, I'm afraid. I mean, when leopards have full stomachs, they do. All the cats really. They have very short, shallow breaths. Oh, it was nicely framed, Karula. You could have just paused there for a minute. Well, I guess I'd have to read up on that. It never occurred to me to consider why or I'm gonna, now that they're a little bit further away from the road, let me move again. I don't know why they're not eating. I mean, they're not looking very full. They've got way too much energy to burn. Probably because there's a kill here, that they feel they can burn this energy.
A little bit forward.
Well, they always seem to just stop behind the bush wherever I stop. I mean, now we need to turn around and face the other way again. Deer. Hello, deer. What would happen if a hyena came along? Would the leopards fight them, or would they let the hyena take the kill? Or would the leopard just walk away? Any number of things could happen. If they had the opportunity to, if they had the chance to, she's going to climb that little jackalberry. No, surely not. If they had the chance, they'd take it up a tree quickly. If they had the chance to do that, they're not likely to fight for it. They're not likely to defend it as much as, say, lion would. They don't want to incur any injuries that would hinder them. Predators with injuries are no good. So I think they would know that if the hyena got the kill, there would be nothing that they could do about it, and they'd probably just walk away, or they'd disappear, go another direction. But there's no point, or there's no it's no good for them to get into a confrontation and risk an injury. Hello, Trish. Interesting concept. Trish is saying the white, asking or confirming. Trish has heard that the white markings at the back of the ears look like artificial eyes or false eyes. There we can see them now nicely. And this is to deter other animals from attacking them from behind. I guess it might have might serve a secondary purpose like that, Trish. Primarily it's all got to do with body language and communicating with each other. Showing varying amounts of the shading on the back of the ear helps cats identify the mood of another cat and what that facial expression means, whether the ears are forward or laid back or flat. That, coupled with the white tip to the tail, has something to do with youngsters following mom as well. When you look at a cat walking away and you just see the 3 patches of white, that's the 2 ear tips and the tip to the tail, and the shape that the 3 patches of white and black outlines, black markings that are with them. Positions can mean a lot without having to be vocal. A leopard, for example, can get her cubs to immediately lie flat. Now I want to see them around there where the kill is, and we're going to go around there again. I'd like to see. Oh no, up there we go. Alright. The cats have got us working today. They're not on the kill. Okay, thanks Joanne. Is that Joanne McCullough? Sending a link to Michigan, a link with leopard family trees and things. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, I don't know much about safari's history. I know enough about our leopard's histories. It tends to be when you don't have animals in your life, one doesn't, well, me personally, haven't been able to concentrate on information about it. I mean, in safari is quite an important leopard in that she is Karula's mom. She's the grandmother of these. I've seen her here once in 2.5 years, so she doesn't really come into, she's not really subject matter that much. These children have got us working for a good spot to view them today. The perfect weather for cats to play though. I wish I could have a game with them. Kind of Calvin and Hobbes-ish. And I hope you don't mind, but we're sitting here. We're going to stay here for a little bit. We have this beautiful opportunity. We might as well use it to film this family. Can you not see her? Is she too low? She's down in the road just below the vehicle in front. And oh, she'll pounce on him now as soon as he comes down. Uh-oh, he's got a thorn on his foot. Then he got it out.
Take some heavy, Hendrik.
Barbara.
Yeah, Hendrik, just to let you know, there's one and three on Aubrey's Road that's just fallen over the road there. So I don't know if you guys just want to know. Okay, copy, thank you.
Hello, Barbara. Wanting to know if leopards will go in water. Yes, they will. Leopards are actually good swimmers. They're not too fearful of water. Some amazing stories of leopards in water. Stalking Karula again. I think one of the most famous stories of leopards crossing water is when Lake Kariba was built, or even the Kahora Bassa Dam, I think. But Lake Kariba, when Kariba was built and the valley started flooding and creating islands, there were leopards that were swimming to islands to hunt antelope that were trapped on those islands. Some quite distant islands that were forming when this big dam was being built. When was that? Back in the 60s, 70s? No, I forget. Penny? When was Kariba built? But I'd say that leopards would probably take to water more readily than lion, and even then, it's a locale thing. It's depending on whether leopards are exposed to it or not. I mean, if you look at Karula and her cubs and all the leopards that live in this part of the world, they don't ever get to see the Sand River. They don't ever have to cross the Sand River.
Andrew, Gunnar.
In fact, they don't. They only have dams, so they're not likely to go. Sorry. That can't possibly be comfortable. No, so I was just listening. Something killed a buffalo. Can only be lion, I guess. Somewhere up near Cheetah Plains. Nicely framed there. That piece of wood. Yes, that piece of wood. Alright, what was I saying? Water, yes. These leopards don't ever come into contact with water other than the dams that they drink from, so there's no need for them to go into water. Leopards would only really go into water if they have to cross rivers, and the Okavango Delta crossing from island to island. I would say not as much as, say, jaguar in South America and the tigers. I know tigers will wallow in water like hyenas. On a hot day they will lie in water and they like to play in water. I don't think I've ever seen leopard in water like that. But I'd say that leopard leopard will go through water quicker than lion would go through water. But it is. It's all got to do with what kind of the amount of water and what kind of water they have within their territory, and what they have to deal with. So in different areas, depending on the surface water that there is, and the lives of the cats that live in that area, and how much they have to deal with water, that to a large extent determines how much they either fear it, hate it, or are indifferent to it. And even in the same pride here in the Sabi Sand, I've seen in the days when there was still the Sand River pride, that pride crossing the Sand River, and some of the pride hating to get their feet wet, even their toes wet, and some of them just happily walking through the water. So it does become an individual thing as well as kind of, some might like it and some might not.
Are you there? Can I join?
A little bit puzzled why they're not eating, why they haven't eaten much. Yeah, I'll go.
Sorry, Mark, I'm not just lighting here.
No problem. Are you coming in?
Can I join you then?
Yeah, firm.
Thanks, man. What's the best way to come just behind you then?
At this stage, probably behind me on the fire break. All three of them are here, but they're up and down between here and the bottom where the nyama is.
Okay, copy. I'll join you just after.
Sorry, Seb. That one was lost, that question, because I was listening to Jacques. Okay, thanks, Penny. 1961, when the Zambezi was completely, well, when the damming was finished at the that was on the Zambezi, that created lake. Okay, so let me just see how we can move so that I can let these other people see. Let me go forward a little bit. No, I can't go forward. steering. You can still see her. Oops. Okay, Cheryl, Las Vegas. How fast can leopards run and what's faster? Cheryl, leopards don't really run much. So in terms of their speed, they have a very quick burst of speed. Their method of hunting is to, let's see. You're right there. Okay, so their initial burst of speed, based on the hunting method of leopards, is pretty quick. But leopard, generally speaking, are more of a closed bush hunter. They stalk and they pounce, as opposed to lion, cheetah, wild dog, hyena, other animals that tend to run their prey down over slightly longer distances. A leopard won't really run after its prey very far. In fact, they don't have great stamina. They don't have that much of a, well, I suppose, stamina. They can't keep it up for very long. And that is why leopard will stalk very, very close. They go very low to the ground, the way we saw her doing when she was stalking her mother. Getting almost belly on the ground, leopard crawling, getting as close as they can. So that initial burst of speed is probably in the region of 35 miles an hour, 60 kilometers an hour, maybe a little bit more. But a leopard won't be able to maintain a run for very long distances. Cheetah, on the other hand, their hunting method is all about running and the speed that they run at. Excuse me. So cheetah are very much faster than leopards. Cheetah the fastest of the land mammals. Capable of speeds of up to 75 miles an hour. And it's all very well clocking a cheetah at 100, 120 kilometers an hour, but they will only really reach those speeds if they're hunting in places like the Serengeti or Masai Mara or some of the open plained areas where you get them. And cheetah, if we had cheetah hunting here, I doubt whether they'd ever reach 75 kilometers an hour, let alone miles an hour. Because nothing is really done in a straight line. I can see why someone would question their respiratory rate, their heart rate. It's not like she's been running a marathon. Hello, Vivian. Vivian in Illinois. Saying, seeing as though Karula is so relaxed with the vehicle, will she impart this to her cubs and will it make them more relaxed later on? Well, they are already, and it's a process that has been slowly taking place since the very first time the cubs saw a vehicle. They were a little bit nervous, but they are already pretty comfortable. But yes, it's her relaxed manner that she doesn't really need to communicate much, but just the fact that she is very relaxed means that that kind of mood, that... Mark, you go? Oh, he's here too.
Yeah, go ahead. Other than you copy about the commanders on your side? Yeah, we just locate two middle here, so I'll most probably only go to the Chilol afterwards, but you guys are more welcome to see that side. Where is the I still go for the round exam.
Chalalas, that's who it is. Chalalas have got a buffalo up near Cheetah Plains. So, where was I? Yes. For almost everything that the first few months, first couple of years of their life, while they're with mom, the way that they learn about danger is by watching her reaction to things. And her indifference to the vehicles is passed on in that sense, in that at first they would have looked to her for guidance when they heard or saw the vehicles, and they would see how relaxed she is and then know that they didn't need to react defensively. It's just something that over time, I mean, already he has calmed down quite a lot. Whenever he's on his own, he's a little bit nervous still, but this little girl, very relaxed with the vehicle.
the lock of the two universal static systems on the bumper with mark and lock at any station.
John and left also 5 Combi Bay. Just to the northern end of Older Rhine and Cut Line, moving into Beverly towards the end.
Okay, copy. You also want to go into Bottle 52?
100. And we'll get that back to the department.
Okay, copy. So confirm those, inform me they hit it.
Carolyn in Chicago. Chicago. Home of the Field Museum. I went to the Field Museum. Hello, Carolyn. Carolyn wants to know if big cats purr. Only the cheetah do. Carolyn. Not lion, not leopard. I forgot what Tara said about tigers. Tara's had experience with tigers from the zoo in the UK. And I don't expect jaguars purr. I don't think jaguars purr. Jaguars, of course, the South American equivalent to our leopard. Bigger. They have much bigger rosettes, bigger markings. Karula, what I would only give to just run my hand through that soft tummy fur, tickle the chin. Yeah, there was a monotonous that bird. I was thinking about that bird because it wasn't, I don't think it was a white-browed scrubrum. I think it was one of the larks. It could have even been a monotonous, I'm not sure. There's a lark known as a monotonous lark because it has this constant, just monotonous call. My brain's not registering what it was, but it must have been sitting in a tree at the back, somewhere behind Karula. Male declaring his territory, just continually going on and on. I was listening to it, and I was trying to place it. Sometimes it takes a while for the brain to kick in when things start their summer noises, because you haven't heard it for a while. Where's she off to? Is she going to drink water at the Tambuti Dam or something? Going for a walkabout again, this little one. '90 and 140 beats per minute. Breathing rate at 48 or something. Thank you, Jack and others, coming back with some info for us. Hello, Jody, New Mexico. Welcome. Jody's just come in now, wanting to know if they've just eaten. They seem to be panting like they've just eaten. They have eaten some. There is a carcass just below Karula. Karula's lying on the top of a bank. Just behind her, below her, is the carcass. I don't know, Shivambalana might be there. I thought he was actually somewhere down here in the drainage line in front of us. Little girl has gone up north. She's crossed the road. I can actually see her now. I've seen Induna and Mushu walking that exact path, crossing that exact same log, but she's beyond where the camera can see her. She's crossed the road. She's going up towards Tambuti Dam. She's no doubt going to go and have a drink. We can't go there. They haven't eaten much of the carcass. There's still quite a bit left. Okay, I'm gonna relax again, Karula. I want to count your breathing. Okay. And now I was disturbed by a vehicle. I lost my place. Let's try that again. And I can't count. Multiply that by 4. Now her breathing rate at the moment is probably around 55, 60. Hello, Sulina. Wanting to know, like now, little Shavinzi's walked away from Karula and brother, wanting to know how Karula finds her again. Well, she'll come back here to where Karula is, but they can and will vocalize to find each other. They do have a particular noise that they make, a gruff sort of a rah. Now let me see if I can do it properly. Rah. It's like a no, not really. That's the sort of territorial call. It's more like a rah type of weird noise. But anyways, they vocalize. I'm sure Shavenzi's just gone to get some water and she'll be back soon. And what's that? A big woolly neck stork landing at Tambuti Dam. Saw a big bird go down there. But it looks like the cats most of the activity is over, so perhaps we ought to go drive around a bit. Find you some flowers.
In again? Go green. It's better to come East or west side of the dam?
I'm on the eastern side, and we are western side.
Copy, thanks.
Teddy, gee, interesting question. What does she just see? She's just seen something. Oh, thanks, Nathan. Nathan's saying mountain lions also purr. But what is Teddy? What is Teddy? What's the purpose of the whiskers? Wow. Multifarious. Sensory organs. Whiskers help a cat know whether it can fit into tight places or not. Help them feel their way around things. They just extra sensory hairs. They help with touch. She's looking like there's something moving around down here. Although now not looking too concerned. Maybe it was Sivambalana moving around below us and I can't see. She heard the grasses moving. But at first her ears were quite forward as though it was something to be concerned about. But her ears are now going backwards a little bit, so she's relaxing again. I think let's go for a drive. There's only so much we can watch a sleeping leopard, and we've had some wonderful action from them this morning. We'll take a ride back up to Biffles or Cutline. Maybe we'll see Shivinzi coming back. Interesting concept, never thought of that before. But Gilly, as of Nathan is saying, well, Gilly's calling it a cougar, mountain lion. Gilly's saying that they do purr. A general rule of thumb is if they can roar, they can't purr, and if they can purr, they can't roar. Never thought of it that way. Interesting. Thanks, Gilly. Very good. And that classic pose, that's a classic pose of his. I don't know, can we see him there? Yeah. Not the greatest angle, but that pose, that for him is becoming a classic pose. Got a beautiful shot of him on a termite mound sitting like that. And he's got a very similar, those beige markings on his forehead are very much like his older brother Mishu. And another thing is, look how sparsely spotted his shoulders are. Just above his shoulder blades there's the big patches of beige. Hello Sarah in New York. Was the story solved last night? I'm not too sure what you mean, but yes, Tristan was talking about Tristan and Ryan, who were both witness to Mafufunyan killing those Ntima's cubs. But it wasn't really a mystery, Sarah. It was, well, it was known that
I'm just pulling out now, so I will let you know.
Mafufunyan killed them. A lot of pressure here for leopards. There's a very high population of leopards. It's inevitable, and it will be going into the future. It's inevitable that cubs are going to be killed because of the density of a leopard population here. There's no avoiding that.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah, is that her? Yeah, I can see her again. She's coming back. Let's just go up here and we'll watch her come back. Wandering around quite a bit. Now this log that we have over here, so many times seen Mission in Duna crossing over to the north, getting up towards Tambuti Dam and crossing this log. She'll probably come back down to this big log too. Exploring her surroundings. She's comfortable, mom's close by.
Yeah, we look at it on farm on Combe.
Only problem is when she comes past us, I'm going to have to try and turn around quickly. Okay, well, she's still a bit further away. Let's just turn around. Even though she's only been gone a few minutes, might be sort of the typical kind of reunion when the cats have been away. Mom and brother. Beautiful new leaves coming out on the wattle. They'll be getting flowers soon as well. New leaves on the jackalberry. New leaves on the apple leaf. Oh, there was a flower I saw yesterday I wanted to find for you today. It's a flower that the jewel beetles come to. A little bit of filtered sunlight coming through. Slightly thinner layer of cloud. Morning, Irma. If anyone's seen Induna or Jordan, Yambili Jordan? Not to my knowledge. Irma. I don't think they would be together. I have to play with her mother. Now she's going to go look for her brother. You can see him, he's lying up nicely. And move again. It's hard to tear myself away now again. So I'm going to just see if there's going to be any more play. I think they were only together that one time on the kill, and they might have been together subsequently, but we haven't seen them together again. So, I don't know where either of the boys are, Rodan or Induna. Lying down behind the gardenia now. Come on, come pounce on your brother. Hello, Mary in Southern California. Where's that? San Diego. Carmel. What you looking at, little boy? I'm gonna play with your sister. Mary's asking if we have a carpy here. She hasn't heard mention of it. Can I tell you something about it? Gosh, Mary, the carpy is a very, very rare animal, but not in South Africa. In fact, a carpy probably wouldn't come closer than about 2,000 or 3,000 miles. The carpy occur in the dense forest of Central and West Africa. I've been to Gabon, Seb's home country, but not in South Africa. And I've never seen an carpy. I've only seen pictures in a book related to giraffe. Oh, Karula's moving now. Yawn. Just behind some bushes. Watching her yawn makes me yawn. She's just moving underneath the gardenia in case the sun comes out. I'm not gonna be fighting for shade today. It's quite getting chilly. A carpy is related to the giraffe, and I don't know much about a carpies, I'm afraid. Secret of animals. Ah, Karula, you weren't watching. Daughter pounced on her. Can't quite see them. I'm really in two minds whether we should stay and watch them a little bit more. There's some lovely interaction now, if I can just move to see them better. Mother and daughter. Well, let's go up to Bivelshoek Dam. We can always come by on our way back. Just go and have a little ride around and see what else is happening. It's a really cool morning. Gardenia up there that's flowering. Let's go see if we can find another one. Let's cross the boundary, we can't get close to it. Our station's leaving Ingwe open lock. But you know how close you are to not being loud. The steel buck from the fire break. Move closer to them if life could be in danger. Something on the fire break. I was going to go down Gary Cut Line, but maybe we'll change our mind. Something on the fire break. Could be buffalo, could be a baby elephant. I can just see a big dark rump in the distance. Too far and too indistinct to make it out, but there's some big animal up there. Not what I saw. kudu in the road. Always kudu in that dip. Terry, interesting question. Well, interesting. As far as the dogs are concerned, I believe they're way down south. They've all run further down south, across down to Mala Mala. As far as I know, that's what the guys were saying last night. Sorry, Seb, what else was Terry asking? Just suddenly slipped my mind. Oh, right, yeah, that's what was interesting about it. And it's something that we're going to actually have to discuss, because this whole donation thing and the money for the t-shirts going to a charitable cause, we're going to have to try and figure that out. As far as the other see, Terry wants to know how to make a donation to the Rhino without bidding on the t-shirts, and I don't want to be receiving any money to have to pass it on. I would much rather people make direct contributions to causes. And now, right off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that I would suggest. I would have to look a little bit closer at the different causes. I'm just going to leave this giraffe, by the way, while I'm talking. We're going to go, I want to see if these elephants further up are going to still be visible, because they're moving into thicker bush. It's much the same as with the t-shirts. The money we get for the t-shirts, I think it's great. It's amazing how much we're going to raise, and I would like to also make it very public. I'd like to maybe have them on the phone when we decide. That would be when, on Sunday evening. So maybe Sunday evening or Monday, during drive on Monday, to make a call. Actually, let me pause there. Let's get through this dip. Elephant. Here comes another one across the boundary. Hello, madam.
I'm Graham, getting mobile on the full check. Good job, John.
Quite a lot of elephant. I mean, they're more trumpeting further in. Let's just go further up here. There are 3 of them here. Nobody else there. So, with regard to the t-shirt, as I was saying, I'd like to make a call to whoever it is we decide to make the donation, and then I'd like whoever's going to be buying the t-shirts having their cash go straight to the organization concerned rather than have to come through us and then go. So, young female here. There's still some youngsters on a female on the left coming across the boundary. Maybe if we wait, I'm going to just go further up, we'll turn around and we'll come back again. And that youngster looks a little bit constipated, that little boy. We're gonna have to figure this one out, and how the donation thing is going to work. As far as donating without having to contribute or bid on the t-shirts, by all means, there are a number of organizations, non-profit organizations dealing with anti-poaching, dealing with rhino conservation. We'd have to go through them and we'd have to maybe make a collective decision which one we were going to support. But there's no real need to come through us to make donations to rhino cause or any cause for that matter. But we'll gladly help you and try and advise on which organizations would be best. So we said. Okay, great. Thanks, Gilly. Who's heard a buffalo at the dam? Alright, we don't have a very good view of any of these elephants, but maybe they're going to come a little closer. She's still chewing on the bark of the fish willow. This little boy is... well, I don't know what he's doing. He was trying to trumpet at us, but he did nothing. No sound came out, just like a raspberry. If anyone's interested, there's a Mkhulu and Yari at Gari Dam. Also Hlambi and Love coming over from Biffles Hook, just east of Gari Katlan Junction. Go ahead, Tex. Yeah, I believe so. Just got a message from FC for that. I'm with Hlambi and Love on Biffles Hook Katlan, Gari Katlan. Yeah, firm, all three of them there. Learning already. A 5-6-year-old little boy learning to twist it in his trunk and kick it with his foot. Still elephants crossing the road up ahead of us. Nice big group. and I'm sure they might make their way to the dam eventually. We've got quite a few still making their way towards us, but I'm just going to have to move because there's a vehicle coming. Looks like the Buffelshoek vehicle. No, he's got a roadblock, not coming just yet. He's got elephants crossing the road in front of him. Hello, Mrs. Ellie. You're a big girl. Jeez. Come along to see what the other elephants are eating. Even as adults, elephants can be like children sometimes. If one elephant's got something, the other elephants will want it.
Jacques with this in Gala. Tex-Mex. Over. Thanks for the Gala for. My pleasure. Captain Stephen Pope.
Now the way she's wrapping her trunk around there, sometimes at some of the trees, I see another youngster doing the same, trying very hard to break it, yeah, pulling it out by the roots. This is what gives them the stains that they get on their trunk, those red stains, sometimes red, sometimes green, sometimes white stains, the lines up on their trunk. And now I'm going to have to move for this vehicle. Let me just pull over a little bit more.
Isn't there space to go out?
We're here. Is there space there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. It should be space there. It doesn't really expect vehicles to come along. Can you come to the side? Can you come round? Alright, never mind. Morning. Mora?
How are you?
Fine, and you? There's the giraffe now. She's interesting. She's got two tears out of it. Well, it's got a tear out of each ear that looks very similar.
Earrings.
Hmm?
Earrings.
Earrings, yeah, almost like Mepho. The ubiquitous drongo. Interesting, she's trying to get the bark off in an interesting way. Not anymore, but she was. Nothing there. Like, how could it even put that handful in my mouth? Because it's itch on your ear there, Mama. Bye. Bye. Oops. And with these elephants that passed us, one big lady in the front and one lady at the back, and the children still coming through, there's this wave of elephant energy that comes past us. Here comes little one. Young little boy. Catch up to your mama. So magic. So incredibly magic. There are monkeys playing on the road, way down the bottom of the road. The giraffe was there a minute ago. Let's wander on a little bit. If we go down Gallagher Short, not Gallagher, Gary Cut Line, I'm sure we'll see the front of the herd. This is probably the back of the herd. Hi, little one. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to see the buffalo. 3 of the big 5 in the morning. So far 2. We haven't gone very far. We've covered maybe a mile at the most. Oh, there's another family. Let's say hello to this family. The little one here. Sept, are those buffalo still at the dam? Or any zoomies that might be watching? Anybody? Oh, little Ellie's running away. Okay, thanks Sept. 2 little ones that might play actually. Stop camp. No. That little one was running off into the bush when we started coming. Yeah, I think those 2 little ones might have a game. Okay, so they're still there. Big herd still there. Elephants with those little ones, and they look down their noses like that. Quite cute. They're now running up to meet a slightly older child, which of course happens to be behind bushes. Let's see, let's go a bit forward. If this mama doesn't mind. Now we can't see those little boys because they're behind this big girl. Don't want to disturb her. Okay, yes, I was supposed to. Alex, people are asking a bit about your background. Well, Alex is with Wild Earth and come to help us out a little bit. Alex has been around for how long, Alex? Year and a half?
March last year.
March last year. Year and a half. And on the technical side, the computer side and the technical side. She's a beautiful big cow, this one that's just been standing in front of us. We didn't get to see her face very well. Maybe we shall later. It would be nice to find these Ellies this afternoon, spend time with them. They're no doubt going to go past the dam at some point. They're heading down the drainage line towards Central Road, and then I'm sure from there they will probably go up to the dam later this morning. And I think we'll head to the dam now, if we can get past the elephants. I'm running to greet an older sibling, trunk in mouth. Elephants everywhere. They're now heading into this thick bush where Yambilu Yodan and Induna were. They climbed into this thick Tambuti forest. So somewhere between the junction of Gallagher Shortcut and Gari Dam, there's a buffalo moving from one place to the other. Buffalo Dam, I'm assuming where they came from, this big herd of okay, I lose you through this little. Back, Gary cut line. Most of the elephants are actually on the other side of the drainage line, but I'm sure they'll be coming into it. More to feed on. Colombians law of just crossing south from Buffelshoek to West Ngari, east of the Ngari cut line, open lock. Caught a whiff of leopard. Must have been marking territory here. Maybe Jordan. Bettler. Oriole. Their calls are becoming prominent now too. Oh, something just ran across the road. Behind that, this dead marula, something just went dashed across the road. Daika, I think, maybe. It was small. Made it run across the road like that. Look at this big jackalberry has lost all its old leaves and it's getting all this new fresh growth. It's quite weird because the jackalberries actually, when it comes to colors, it's almost reverse for the jackalberries, because now with these new leaves they're actually orangish, red, kind of different, almost autumn colors. It's got a very, very soft feel to it. The jackalberry leaves are very, well, they're quite large and green when they mature. And much the same as we were watching the different stages of the sausage tree, we need to look at some of these jackalberries and see how they're changing now. We've just come through the fruiting period, and for a very short time they will go through a leaf change, shedding their old leaves and getting their new ones in a relatively short period of time. And this is the giant, the biggest of, I think, all the jackalberries we have. A really beautiful specimen. It looks like a, I don't know, it's just a different feel to it now, because you can still see most of its skeleton, and the leaves are still very soft and very new and very colourful. Squirrel having fun up there. Buffalo. I guess this would be the end of them. Look at you, big man. Look like you're ready to take on the world. A couple of more boys to the left. When you're walking, you don't want to have a buffalo looking at you like this when you're walking. Now he's calmed down a little bit, going back to his mates. So, looks like a number of buffalo down here below the dam wall. I guess most of the herd has moved on by now. Let's see if we can just get onto the dam. All bulls, so they might be tailing the herd, they might just be at the end of the herd, lagging behind, as the bulls and males tend to do. Any of the social animals, the males tend to. Oh, there's still a bunch of buffalo up there. Okay. Even more, going up towards English Pile. There's still a few bulls that are left at the top end of the dam. I guess the herd has all moved on up, heading south. We'll touch them later with a bit of luck. Maybe around Twin Dams or Treehouse Dam. Monitors today. Lizards? Yeah. Looks like the water levels dropped about an inch from this herd of buffalo. Only kidding. But yes, starting to notice things about the level of the water, that it's dropping, and things are starting to show. So, once again, the morning has passed pleasantly. I've had fun. I've had an incredible time with those cats. Nice to just touch base with elephants. Thank you for joining me, for those of you who did. Thanks for staying up late. and do join us again later today. My name is Mark. Alex has been on camera. Seb has been in FC. And from the buffalo here at Gowrie Dam and the hippo. And the camera. Hello everybody. Bye. Take care. Have a lovely day.